There it goes. Such a struggle turning these things on.
I just click it once and wait, and it'll turn on itself. It
I always-
takes a long time.
I used to get that red
Yep.
thing in the corner forever.
Do you have it on, Jim?
Vernon?
YouTube?
Yeah.
Is it broadcasting?
It is.
Okay, as long as you can see us. That way Colin can watch himself later.
Did you see all those calls from Norris?
No, I just heard the sirens going past all the time, running over.
I'll show you before tomorrow. It's like, in the past week, it's 12.
Yeah, they've been flying.
Yeah, and it's all stupid, like waste of resources. They don't want to go in and push out there transporting people. Well, I have Joe giving me number of hours worked in a week against how many hours he spent there. I was gonna try to do a cost breakdown. Well, I'm not.
All right, I got 6 o'clock. Everybody ready? I'd like to call the village board meeting and plan commission to order. Everybody please rise for the pledge of allegiance in a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call and open meeting law compliance check.
For the village board, President Jeff Norris,
Here.
Trustee Jay Pecca,
Here.
Trustee Jim Hurd.
Here.
Mr. President, you do have a quorum of your village board. For the plan commission, we have President Jeff Millies,
Here.
Commissioner Mike Alex,
Here.
Commissioner Jamie Schleesman.
Here.
Mr. President, you have a quorum of your plan commission. Also, Sean Malarkey, our zoning administrator and planning administrator are here, and you're in full compliance with your open meetings law.
Thank you. First, I'd like to do a proclamation for Colin Klein for achieving the prestigious rank of Eagle Scout. Come up, Colin. You're standing next to me so people can see you on camera. Eagle Scout proclamation. Whereas the mission of the Boy Scouts of America is to prepare the young people to make ethical and moral choices over their lifetime by instilling in them the values of the Scout oath and law. Scouts achieve their ranking by fulfilling requirements in areas of leadership, service, and outdoor skills. And whereas the trail to the Eagle is a very steep slope, with only 4% of all Scouts achieving the highest ranking, that of Eagle Scout. And this comes only after earning the 21 necessary badges, including first aid, citizenship in the community, citizenship in the nation, citizenship in the world, communications, environmental science, personal fitness, personal management, camping, and family life. In addition to developing skills in emergency preparedness and life-saving, and a choice among cycling, hiking, and swimming, all which must be completed by the Scout's 18th birthday. And whereas Colin Klein has fulfilled all the aforementioned requirements in addition to completing his Eagle Scout project. The project that encompasses all aspects of the candidates leadership training and involves the planning, development, leadership, and eventual documentation of a project whose sole benefit is to the community at large. Collins Klein's Eagle Scout project recognized the need for a Veterans Memorial at the City of Muskego's Moose Lodge. Colin dedicated his time and efforts to a personalized bricks placed in honor of our veterans in the memorial he constructed. Now therefore, the Village Board of the Village of Vernon, on behalf of all its residents, joins with Troop 540 in recognizing this bright and outstanding young man for his many accomplishments, and specifically as receiving the prestigious rank of Eagle Scout in the Boy Scouts of America, and hereby proclaims Sunday, June 12, 2026, this day of Collins Court of Honor as Collins Klein Day in the Village of Vernon. Congratulations. All right, moving on to discussion and possible action. The Village Board and Plan Commission consider the request from Jim Jones for the property owned by Kenneth and Sandra Heberling, located at West 224 South 10980 Big Bend Drive, Vernon, Wisconsin 53103. Tax key number VNT 21609970001 for a final survey map to divide an existing 33-plus acre parcel into two lots, 10 acres and 23.16 acres. Sean, you want to give us an update here?
Sure. The property is on the overhead here. It's on the east side of 164, at the south end of the village. Again, as you mentioned, it's about 33 acres. There is some, if you look at the property, there's some wetlands in the property, some environmental corridor, a little bit of floodplain as well. There's an existing house, and the rest of the property is pretty much in farmland. They're just trying to create an additional parcel here. So split into two lots. Lot 1 would be just over 23 acres. Lot 2 would be 10 acres. What they're doing meets the requirements of the comprehensive plan and the zoning. It's currently zoned AD10, which is 1 unit per 10 acres, so that they have at least 10 acres per lot. Normally, we require a deed restriction or something memorializing where the remaining development rights go, but in this case, because Lot 2 is 10 acres, it would have no more development rights under the 1 unit per 10 acres. Lot 1 would, could potentially be split in the future under this zoning or rezoning, depending on configuration. I'm not sure it would meet lot width requirements and so on, but it would be, potentially eligible. The only comments I have from my report is, one, with regard to the state highway, the certified survey map doesn't show a dedication of right-of-way. It shows basically that the right-of-way's already been dedicated. If you go to the county's GIS map, it looks like the right-of-way still goes to the center line of the roadway, even as far up as up here. So I don't know the reality of that. I guess we just make sure that their surveyor would double check that to make sure it doesn't have to be dedicated. If it does have to be dedicated, it's got to have the proper language on here that dedicates it to the state, because it's the state's right-of-way. The other thing with respect to the state is that obviously the existing home already has a driveway there. There's also another driveway to the north here, but that's looks like just a farm access driveway here. We'd want to make sure that the state would approve that second driveway for residential purposes, and whether or not they'd place any other restrictions in the CSM for no additional access and so on. So what I'm saying is that we'll accept whatever the state says. It's just they need to take a crack at this. The environmental corridor wetland restrictions are written for Waukesha County approval. That should be essentially replaced with our municipality, and then the village signature page needs to be updated to include the administrator clerk signature instead of the deputy clerk. Our surveyor had a couple of very minor comments, and that's it.
Pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
Any questions from Plan Commission, Village Board?
I don't have a problem.
Okay. Is there a motion from Plan Commission recommending to the Village of Vernon Board approval of the certified survey map request for James Jones for the property located at W224S10980 Big Bend Drive, and subject to the following conditions stated in the report.
I so move.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Michael Alex. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Village Board. Is there a motion to approve the recommendation from Plan Commission as
I'll make
stated?
that motion.
I'll second.
Motion made by trustee Pecca, second by Jim Hirth. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Moving on to discussion and possible action to consideration for the request of Chad Stoutenhammer, doing business as Big Rig Hotel for the property located at South 68 West 22800 National Avenue, tax key number VNT 201991, to amend the site plan and plan of operation to add an additional storage building. Sean, you wanna?
Yeah, so, most of you may recall that we approved the original site plan of operation in 2022 for the storage buildings. This photo is from 2024, so the third of the buildings that was approved hadn't been built yet, but, yeah, this is the property on the north side of National Avenue. It's zoned properly. There's an existing house there, which was also approved to stay. There's an environmental corridor back there, which you can kind of see by the tree line, essentially. So the new building, the third building that exists now would be here. The new building would be about here, which I'll bring up their application. In this case, north is to the west. Here's a new building. You can see they need to basically cut some of the hill away in order to get in there. Looks like there's a drop about between 10 to 15 feet to get that building in there. There'd also be some new asphalt and then gravel in front of the building, just like the rest of the buildings. All three of these existing buildings with the units are drive-through, you know, from front to back. This one obviously would not be full drive-through because there's nothing on the other side. The engineer looked at this. The village engineer didn't have any issues with it, provided the county was okay with stormwater. The county's already issued the stormwater permit for this. The existing pond is, you know, sized properly. It looks like they're basically modifying the outlet structure here a little bit, but otherwise they have their permit that expires in 2027 for them to get this work done, essentially. So the only other comment I have is that we required, as part of the original, we required some, you know, there's a let me go back to the aerial photograph. There is a house here to the east. There's some woods. They have their backyard back here. We required a couple of trees basically on the east side of each of the buildings. 2 trees here, 2 trees here, 1 here. You know, with the way this fourth building works out, and it's basically down on the hill down here, 10 to 15 feet down, they could potentially put more landscaping up at the top there, but I don't know. It's up to the Plan Commission and Board if that's required or not. Our ordinances certainly don't require that, but just wanted to leave it out there. I was suggesting that they maybe put something up at the top of the hill because you probably can still see the peak of the building, but again, it's a Plan Commission issue. That's really all I got. The plan of operation would be identical as before, except with the addition of the new building and the new 18 storage units.
Mr. President, I just wanted to state for the record, we've never had any complaints in regards to the facility. And if you drive by it, you almost have to really stop and look.
To see it,
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to see.
Any questions? Is there a motion from Plan Commission recommending to the Village Board approval of the site plan of operation with the request by Chad Stoutenhammer, doing business as Big Rig Hotel, subject to the following conditions that was overstated? I'll make the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie.
So to clarify then, is the additional landscape required east of that building?
No, I mean, it's,
Everybody in favor of that? Okay.
any more discussion? All in favor of the motion? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Village Board, is there a motion approving the recommendation from Plan Commission as stated?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by trustee Hurth, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by trustee Pecca. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes unanimously. Next, Village Board and Plan Commission review of the Village Board and Plan Commission minutes of June 10th. Where are they?
It's a long one.
I like that.
Anybody find any corrections or?
I looked it over last night and they looked very good.
The only thing I saw, and I'm trying to scroll to the page, it said, I think it just auto-corrected to a slate fence instead of slat fence for one of the conditions. I'll find the page, but just a typo type thing. Correct, sorry.
I'll correct that, Michael. I know exactly where we'll get that slate into slat.
Yeah, page 96 of the packet.
Oh, I thought you meant on the minutes.
No.
He was a teacher, so.
Thank you, Michael.
Yep.
Was that a motion to approve with that one correction, Mike?
Correct.
I'm sorry.
I'll second. Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes unanimously by Plan Commission. Village Board, is there a motion to approve the June 10th minutes also?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by trustee Pecca,
I'll
seconded by trustee Hurth. All in favor of the motion? Aye. Opposed, motion passes unanimously. Then we have Resolution 2026-11, a resolution adopting public participation plan for the update of the Village of Vernon Comprehensive Plan 2050. This was actually in an email, not in the packet.
Yes, because
Yeah.
we did it a little bit later, but you do have printed copies in front of you and emailed the information.
So, yeah, just really quickly, what this is about is anytime a municipality, formally updates their plan, which we're doing, the state statutes require you to have a public participation plan. It's not dissimilar to what we've done in the past. I just made sure we had the public open house in there that we normally have. I added something in there that we provide written comment forms at all meetings. The Plan Commission meetings will be open to the public, so I'd assume that when we're talking about the plan at the Plan Commission meetings, the public would also be invited to comment, at certain times if they had comments on it. So we just memorialize that as part of the public participation plan. So it doesn't necessarily have to be done by resolution. The statutes don't really say that, but I think that's how we did it last time. I think most
Yes.
communities do it that way.
Right,
so,
and we did put in the newsletter that we'd like the public involvement, we'd want them to participate,
Yeah.
in the discussion and as we go through, so people feel empowered.
Yeah, we want to be as transparent as possible. And one note about the plan itself, as I mentioned, is that, it's going to take me a little bit of time to get up and running with the new data, getting it reformatted, getting it kind of repackaged in a way we can look at it again. So I probably am not going to bring it back till September for the Plan Commission to look at it, but it'll just get a little bit of front-end work on my part to get ready.
And when I looked at how old our plan is now, I asked Sean if he needs any help, and it's like,
Yeah, don't, yeah.
it's old.
Yeah, September, 2 months away, that's a long time to wait, Sean, yeah.
Are you gonna be okay with that?
All right, is there a motion from Plan Commission recommending to the Village Board adoption of Resolution 2026-11? I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Michael Alex. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Village Board, motion to concur with the recommendation from Plan Commission adopting Resolution 2026-11.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by trustee Hurd. I'll second it. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Is there a motion from Plan Commission to adjourn?
I have a question. John, the 2050, is that the state's,
No, it's we try to do these in 20 years, 25 years. Just, it's our vision for the next 24 years technically,
this case, right.
basically, yeah.
Okay, that's all.
Do you make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Plan Commission's adjourned. Village Board,
I so move.
motion made by trustee Hurth,
I'll
second by
second it.
trustee Pecca. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I'd like to,
Village Board adjourned.
like to file a complaint on the length of these meetings, they're getting ridiculous.
I know. My wife goes, how long tonight? And I go, probably an hour.
Now you can go to the bar. Next year, it'll be a 2-hour.
It could be worse. We could be starting at 6 o'clock and not getting done till about 11:30.
I've been at meetings like that, haven't you, Sean?
That's where they all